Hello everyone, welcome to Officers Coaching Academy. Uh, Today I'm making this video just because I was studying Macaulay Minute Report, and suddenly I thought that I should make a video over our modern education system. First of all, that when we see our history, ancient history, when we study ancient history, then we find it out that there were some kind of Pathshala which were called Kutubrishala, and there were a lot of scholars like Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, Mahavir Jana, Mahatma Bodh. These people traveled from one place to another place to teach the people, but at that time period the questions were really very different, because at that time period people were not aware that what is birth, what is the existence of life, what is beyond the birth, what is after death. So these kind of questions were there. So these people traveled from one place to another place, and they tried to convince the people. If they were able to convince the people, so people become their disciple. So this was a chain of the education. So in this way, the education was spread. When we see the medieval time period, so in medieval time period we find it out that there were a lot of scholars, lot of writers who wrote the history, and there were so many schools and colleges were there at that time period. Education was spreading day by day. When we see modern education system, then we find it out that when these Britishers people came to India, then they established Asiatic Society. Next one was Madarsa in Calcutta, Banaras, uh, Vishwavidyalaya, right? All these things were established during the time period of Britishers. So why our education system was changed? Macaulay thought that their education system is really very strong, because India was a place where the people from the entire world came to India, and in ancient time, Nalanda, Takshila, Vikramshila, these universities were really very famous. So even Buddhist pilgrimage also came, Payan, Hensong, so many people came to India to learn Buddhism. So many subjects were taught there. But when we see about the modern education, so at that time period the meaning of the education was different. But in this 21st century, the meaning of education is really very different. Even we can't imagine that what is the motive of the education, because generally when particularly I'm talking about myself, when I ask to the people that why are you spending money on your child, so they just simply answer that we are not spending money, we are investing the money, because when he or she become doctor or engineer, so after getting job he will give back us money. So the meaning is that people think that the motive of the education is getting employment, but reality is really very different. Reality is that education, I accept that education can provide the employment, education provide employment, but our intention should not be that if we are spending money or investing money on the education, so in revert back we shall get money. Because in my opinion, as per my thinking, I'm not saying it that everyone's opinion is the same, or everyone thought process is same, because every person has a different point of view. Your views can be different over the education, but as per my opinion, as per my thinking, education is a very precious thing. Education teaches us how to live, what to wear, how to speak, where to speak, what to speak, each and everything we can learn from the education, right? Second thing is that when I ask to the people that which subject would you like to choose, so approximately 80% student answer that sir we shall opt PCB. Why? Because they want to become doctor. Why only doctor? There are a lot of professions in this world. There are a lot of professions, they can choose any profession, but most of them prefer to become a doctor. Why? Because there is a misconception in our society that doctor is a very highly status job, right? But as per my opinion, as per my thinking is that whenever you are studying the subjects, so you should choose the subjects just like, so that you can express yourself. For example, if you are opting humanities subjects, if you are opting art side subjects, history, political, geography, economics, sociology, so all these subjects will help you to live in society, because these are the practical subject. No one will ask you that how you will make chlorine. No one will ask you that how will you make hydrogen. But everywhere, particularly talking about India, everywhere, whenever, wherever you will go, you will find it that a lot of people talk about the politics. Lot of people talk about the history, lot of people talk about the geography. So if you have the knowledge of these particular subject, then you can speak there. You can speak there. For example, I'm telling you just example. For example, a law is passed by the parliament, and supreme court supreme court suspected, or supreme court did not pass that particular law, right? So if you are in a society and people are discussing about that particular topic, then you can say that on these basis this particular law is suspended. So these are the particulars practical subjects. If you are learning practical subjects, so that will be very helpful to you. Second important thing is that education, in fact, is not a topic of investment, is not a topic of earning. It's give us the style of living. Thank you so much.